everybody, this is Melissa here from stampwithmelissa.com. Today I am so excited because I can't believe it, but it is Create in Color Challenge Day and we are on number 52, which means we've been doing it for a whole year. I can't even believe it's been that long. They've been so much fun. I've really enjoyed watching you create along every week and sharing those creations with me. I so love to see that you're using your crafting supplies because that's what Create in Color Challenge is all about, creating. All right, so today I've got a super fun one. One of my absolute favorite ways to find a color combination is with our DSP. So I am using the Daffodil Afternoon Sale-a-bration DSP as my inspiration today. And I have to look this way so I remember all the colors. But the colors today are Crushed Curry, or I should say this week, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, and Pear Pizzazz. I'm also going to throw in a bit of Basic Black, which is always allowed. Neutrals are always allowed. And I'm also going to use Very Vanilla because this DSP pack uses Very Vanilla over Basic White, which I actually really love because I've got some packs of Very Vanilla that need some love. So I'm going to go ahead and hook my camera up and we are going to make today's card. Here we go. All right, before I fully jump in here, I just wanted to show this card quick because this is the card I'm using as my inspiration today. It was designed by Karen Forward and I received it in a swap. So I loved her layout here and that she used the cute daffodils. So that's my inspiration. We're not making a card that will look exactly like this. As you can tell, these are not the colors we're using today, but it's going to be similar. So let's go ahead and I'll show you everything we're using today. First, to start off with stamp sets, we're going to use the Happy and Heartfelt stamp set today. And I'm going to show you quick that we are featuring the Daffodil Daydream bundle, but I'm actually not going to use the stamp set in today's card. I am going to focus on the dies though, and I'm just going to leave this in here so that as I pull in the pieces of this card, I can show you exactly what we're using. So hold on, let me grab these guys here. All right, so we are going to have a basic black card base, and then I've got a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside. This is some of the Daffodil Afternoon DSP. This measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Sorry, I had to bring it down to my grid. This is Crushed Curry. This is 3.5 by 4.5. And then I have another piece of the Daffodil Afternoon DSP that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that's the other side there. So we're going to use those guys. And then I also, here, let me pull this in quick. We are going to use this cute little kind of scalloped circle here for our label, and that is cut out with this circle right here from the Tasteful Label Dies. All right, then we're going to use Pear Pizzazz here for our stems and the leaves. So I've got several cut out here. I used both of these leaves and then also these stems right here. So I used one of each of those. Then we've got the daffodils themselves cut out of Very Vanilla. So these are the 4 pieces there. And those come from these 2 dies and this one right here. I think it kind of looks like the golden snitch from Harry Potter. And then this one right here. And then last but not least, we are using these guys. I'm going to say for the center of the flowers. I don't know the technical name, but these are out of Flirty Flamingo here. And I've got 2 of each, but that is using both of these detailed ones and then these 2 outline ones as well. Okay, let me move some things to the side and we will get started. So let's go ahead and start with our card base and whoops, look at, I'm going to have everything flying. We're going to start with the card base and then this piece of Designer Series paper. And I am going to just use my liquid glue. Come on. There we go. And I'm going to layer this on the right-hand side. Now I'm leaving the same margin on the right as I am on the top and the bottom. So just like that. And then I'm going to take this guy here and I'm going to layer this piece of DSP onto our crushed curry. Like so. And I kind of liked that tone on tone and the detail in this DSP. I think it's so pretty. And then we'll go ahead and add some liquid glue to the back of this panel and get this centered on our card right like that. Now, when I'm centering it here, I'm giving it the same width top and bottom, and then on the left-hand side, I'm giving it the same width as this DSP had with the right. So just to make everything a little symmetrical there. We'll go ahead and burnish this with the foam folder. and flip that around, and now we can go ahead and kind of assemble our daffodils. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little drop of glue on this guy, right in the center. Maybe. I'm trying not to squeeze too hard so nothing was coming out. And then we're gonna go ahead and just layer these pieces, just like that. And I'll set that to the side for a minute. Then we'll grab these ones, like so. And I'm just gonna put some glue on the back of this guy here. There we go. And then I am going to make sure I'm over the glue, but I don't want glue all over my fingers. Might be inevitable. And yeah, just like that. So I'm kind of lining up that, I'm going to call it the golden snitch piece. I'm kind of lining up the snitch piece where it covers those gaps there of this guy. All right, so we'll lay that to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere these guys. Now, one tip that I would highly recommend that I did not follow myself is to use adhesive sheets for these little detailed pieces here. They would make it so much easier to layer everything together, and you wouldn't have to worry about glue oozing out of any open spaces. All right. Oh, and I've got some glue on my fingers. Let's do this one now. And then we can assemble. So I was mentioning earlier that the colors that I'm inspired by today are actually from the Designer Series paper pack. And that Designer Series paper, which is used here on this card, is called Daffodil Afternoon. And it is part of Stampin' Up's sale-a-bration that's going on right now. Sale-a-bration goes till the end of February, and it is where, when you place a qualifying order in my online store, you actually get to pick out free product. Now, the Daffodil Afternoon DSP itself is free with a $50 order. So honestly, it's such a great deal. There's nothing that beats it, honestly. I absolutely love this paper. I love that it coordinates with the daffodils in this stamp set and in the dies. And it's just so fun with even some of these patterns. If you didn't like the daffodils, you could still get a lot of use out of the fun patterns. All right, let me go ahead and tack this center down here. And I'm going to cover up, well, I don't know, should we have that flower peeking out? Maybe we could, huh? Like that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead then, and we're going to adhere these guys. And I'm just going to add some liquid glue very lightly on here. But what I wanted to say was that the nice thing about Stampin' Up is that all of our colors coordinate. So you can, you can see here that this Designer Series paper that's laying right here, that actually coordinates exactly with the cardstock behind it. And that is one of the very best things about Stampin' Up. I absolutely love that all of everything, it matches. The ink pads, the markers, and the blends. The paper, even embellishments and ribbon. If you want a yellow, they're all going to be the same yellow. And I just think that that is unmatched. All right, so that's why I'm saying that those colors were inspired today. So I actually have all of the cardstock on hand, and so I looked at the back of the Designer Series paper pack, and it said that these colors that I'm using today, Pear Pizzazz, Crushed Curry, and Flirty Flamingo, are in the DSP pack. And that's how I knew that they would match. Even though the patterns I'm using don't have those colors in them, they still all match and look good together, which is another great thing to look for on your DSP, because it's just an easy way to match some colors together that maybe you wouldn't have thought about before. One of my favorite ones, actually, that I got from that pack is Flirty Flamingo with Pale Papaya. I love those colors together, but I never would have matched them together if it hadn't been for this paperback. So, pretty neat. All right, let's go ahead and flip these guys over. Of course, we're going to use some dimensionals to pop them up. I'm just going to use a couple. And we will go ahead and tack these down. Now, I'm going to put this guy. Now, this is what I want it to cover, right? So let's put that one like that. And then we'll add some dimensionals to this guy. Right. Oh, I don't want it to be seen. We'll go right There, I think we're safe there. You can also cut the dimensionals in half to be sure, but I think we're safe. All right, then we'll go ahead and put this one right about there. So cute. All right, let's grab our paper snips now because we don't want all these stems hanging off of the card. And I'm gonna go ahead and just line my snips up against my basic black card base and just snip away our little Pear Pizzazz stems. And look at that, so cute. All right, of course, we're not done yet, so hold on. All right, let's go ahead and do our sentiment. So I am using the Happy and Heartfelt stamp set because the Daffodil Daydream stamps do have a few sentiments, but not a ton, and the two sentiments that they have are about Mother's Day and Easter. So while those are going to be lovely later in the spring, they're not very relevant to me right now today. And so I always am in need of birthday cards. And so I'm doing All Day Your Way on the outside, and then the inside is going to say, we have to celebrate this. Now that doesn't necessarily have to be for a birthday either. That could be any kind of good news, right? And so I just love these cards that I can just pull out of my stash whenever I need them. Okay, let's get that layered maybe over to the side like this, because I have some adhesive peeking out from behind that stem, so I'm going to cover that up with my sentiment like that. So cute. All right, I have to go in my drawer real quick. I forgot to pull out my absolute favorite matte black dots, but we're going to use those to embellish the outside. And so we've got those, and then I always love to use my Take Your Pick tool. There is a putty end that I like to use, and that helps you to be able to pick up these embellishments really easily and then stick them down onto the card. Okay, so we've got two down there. Let's put the last one right about there. I think that's cute. I'm gonna move these guys out of the way, and then we're going to get the inside done real quick. All right, so let's grab our piece of Very Vanilla. I almost said basic white. It is not basic white, it is Very Vanilla. And then I'm going to use crushed curry for the inside. So you can see it says, we have to celebrate this, and I just think that's so sweet. All right, there it is. And I love the font of this Happy and Heartfelt stamp set. It's so cute. All right, let's add some liquid glue to the back of this piece. Then we'll get it adhered on the inside. I hope you guys so loved this week's color challenge, and I hope that you have participated no matter how long you have participated, whether this is your first week or your first full year. I know that I have somebody celebrating an entire year of doing this. I hope that you will continue to love them for years and years to come. Please head over to my Facebook group. The link is down in the description box below. Please head over there and share with us your creation this week. We'd love to see it and give you, all kinds of praise and happy, like, your card is so beautiful. I love to see what people make. I know my community does too, because you guys just make really amazing things. So head on over there. The link is in the description box below. Also down in the description box, you can find the link to the blog post with this card with photos if you'd like to see it up closer. And then you can also find on my blog and in the description box all of the links to the products I used today in case you are in need of anything. As I mentioned, this paper right here is free with a $50 order through the end of the month, so you do not want to miss out on that for sure. Contact me if you need help placing your order. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for being here. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.